Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we are zeroing in on something absolutely huge for the business landscape in Ecuador. We're talking about one of the most visionary industrial and logistics projects the country has ever seen, the brand new Samborondon Industrial Hub, specifically located right at kilometer 14.5 on the Via Samborondon. Look, if you're in the business of moving, storing, or managing physical goods, you already know the deal. Your infrastructure is either your biggest bottleneck or it's your ultimate competitive advantage. And what we're going to explore today, it's basically a masterclass in how modern infrastructure is being engineered to give you exactly that edge.
Okay, let's dive into the structured roadmap for our explainer. We'll start with the logistics boom, then move on to strategic location and connectivity, cover the premium design and technology specs, break down the investment options, and finally, look at the security and financial backing.
Section 1. The logistics boom. Why do we urgently need a macro-level logistics transformation right now?
Let's start with the big picture, and I'll throw a direct question right at you. Is your company actually ready for the logistics future? It's a tough question, right? Because right now, so many businesses are slamming into serious operational bottlenecks. Why? There's just a massive, glaring scarcity of premium, large-format warehouses in the right areas. Trying to operate out of outdated, poorly located facilities doesn't just slow you down, it literally eats away at your profit margins.
And this scarcity, it's colliding head-on with three unstoppable market trends. First up, the relentless expansion of e-commerce, which, as we all know, demands lightning-fast, hyper-organized distribution channels. Second, the steady growth in domestic consumption. And third, the ongoing boom of Ecuador's export sector. This new hub is perfectly targeted at these trends. It is the ideal purpose-built solution for logistics operators, the agro-industry, manufacturing, retail, you name it. Basically, anyone needing premium infrastructure to keep up with modern demand.
Moving right along to Section 2, Strategic Location and Connectivity. Samborondon isn't just a city anymore, it's the new epicenter of productive growth.
Because here's the thing. You could have the most high-tech facility on the planet, but if it's in the wrong place, totally useless. Placing this complex right at kilometer 14.5 on the Via Samborondon, connecting right to the Via Alpine, honestly, it's a masterstroke. This specific spot guarantees incredibly rapid access to vital transport nodes. We're talking direct links to the Guayaquil Maritime Port, the Posorja Deepwater Port, and the Jose Joaquin de Olmedo Airport. Plus, it seamlessly connects heavy transport to the Via Parametral and the National Road Network, Duran, Yaguachi, the whole shebang. It completely optimizes your distribution times to both the Sierra and the Costa regions.
But we can't just look at the map as it is today. We have to look at tomorrow. The future projection here is just off the charts. The upcoming Quinto Puente, the fifth bridge of Guayaquil, is going to massively boost port connectivity and heavy cargo mobility. Once that bridge is a reality, this specific location is going to be cemented as the definitive logistics axis of the entire country. Setting up shop here now? You're essentially future-proofing your entire supply chain.
Section 3. Premium design and technology. Let's zoom in on the interior features. So, we know the location is prime, but what are you actually getting inside? There are 50 independent units, all designed with highly functional corporate architecture. Every single unit gives you a massive 1,000 square meters of base area. That is a 25-meter frontage by 40 meters deep. You get 6 private parking spots per unit, and they're built with a modular design and high-resistance industrial floors that are tailor-made for modern, heavy-duty storage needs. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that number right there, -7 degrees Celsius. Every single unit is equipped with latest generation thermoacoustic panels. This isn't just some fancy architectural perk, it's a massive operational benefit that actually drops the internal temperature of your warehouse by up to 7 degrees compared to the sweltering heat outside.
To really put that into perspective, let's compare it. A traditional warehouse in this climate, it's basically a giant oven. It gets deafeningly loud when it rains, and the heat can literally melt your margins by ruining sensitive merchandise. But a thermoacoustic warehouse in this premium park, it gives you efficient acoustic suppression and serious climate control. It protects the integrity of your goods and, crucially, makes it so much more comfortable for your workers. Better conditions naturally mean higher productivity and way fewer errors on the floor. It's a complete game changer.
Let's move to Section 4. Investment options. Time to talk numbers.
For all the corporate investors and business owners out there, the developers have put together 4 really adaptable configurations. Option 1 is your baseline, just the 1,000 square meter warehouse at $1,100 per square meter. But here's where it gets smart. As you scale up your administrative office space within the unit, the price per square meter actually becomes highly efficient. Add a 90 square meter office, it drops to $1,050. A 180 square meter office brings it down to $1,000. And if you go for the large 360 square meter office, maxing out at a total of 1,360 square meters, the value hits an incredible $950 per square meter. It actively rewards you for consolidating your corporate and logistics operations under one roof.
Which brings us to Section 5, Security and Financial Backing, because a premium investment absolutely requires premium security.
Physically speaking, the park is built to strict international standards. You've got a secure perimeter, a 24/7 access control booth, and full CCTV surveillance. On the logistics side, the internal roads are completely optimized. They are specifically designed super wide for the safe maneuvering, turning, and loading of heavy containers. Plus, there's a fully integrated fire protection network, eco-efficient LED lighting, and even dedicated green areas.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how accessible the barrier to entry actually is. Getting into a premium logistics park usually drains your upfront capital, right? Well, not here. The corporate financing is incredibly flexible. You can reserve a unit with just 5%. That's followed by a 30% down payment, leaving the remaining 70% to be financed.
But wait, here is the absolute best part: the legal transparency. That 30% down payment, it isn't just handed over, it's securely administered via a fideicomiso, a legal trust. On top of that, the 70% financing is directly backed and guaranteed by Banco Pichincha, which is the country's leading financial institution. That level of backing builds immense trust and guarantees maximum security for your corporate capital every step of the way.
So what does this all mean for you? It boils down to this. Will your company form part of Ecuador's definitive new logistics access? Remember, there are only 50 units, so spots are seriously limited. This is a rare strategic opportunity to lock in incredible connectivity and ride a high projection of plusvalia, that massive future valuation, as the area explodes in importance. The landscape of modern distribution is shifting fast, so the real question isn't just whether you can afford to upgrade your logistics infrastructure, it's whether you can afford not to. Reach out to their sales team for a corporate presentation if you want to know more. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.